Over the Atlantic. German Eurofighters in the missile shooting range. Under their wings, live AMRAAMs, a combat range of up to 80 kilometers. In modern aerial combat, pilots fire when the target is beyond visual range.
I have to identify a target, whether by radar or any other sensors. I know that in conjunction with the missile which I have, from this point I can engage with the adversary. My missile can travel this far.
The German Eurofighter carries a maximum of 6 AMRAAMs, which navigate towards the target using their wings. They're technically referred to as guided missiles. 3.5 meters long, the rocket motor sits at the back, a small radar is at the front, and the explosive material is in the middle.
The net explosive quantity in the warhead seen here amounts to roughly 7 kilograms. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's not a bomb after all. We're talking about a guided missile, and not just any large device. Inside are a large quantity of splinters, which once the warhead has detonated, will accelerate outwards and engage with the target.
Even without a direct hit, the next Eurofighter formation is loaded. It ascends to the skies of northern Scotland. Flyby over the Flight Control Center. Here, parallel remote-controlled drones soar. Rendezvous in the shooting range.
These drones represent target aircraft, actual target aircraft, which must be engaged with accordingly.
During aerial combat, whoever discovers the enemy first has the advantage. The Eurofighter's radar can identify enemy aircraft at a range of 100 kilometers. Until the pilot peels off, his radar feeds target information to the AMRAAM and over the radio after launch.
The missile will fly where instructed to by the radar. At a certain range, it is able to pursue the target independently using its own radar, which would give us the opportunity to peel off at this point, in order to maintain as large a distance as possible from the adversary.
The pilot must weigh up the risks. Either he peels off late and increases the danger of being discovered by the enemy and fired at, or he fires too early and lengthens his missile's flight line. Indeed, the AMRAAM accelerates to supersonic velocity within seconds, which uses up its propellant. It becomes steadily slower, and each steering maneuver consumes lots of energy. This is why the missile does not simply follow behind, but adapts its flight line to reach the target. If a Eurofighter pilot is under attack from an active radar missile at long range, he can trust his jet's performance.
If I then turn around early or get it behind me and just fly away, then I'm in luck, and the missile will eventually drop out of the sky behind me because it is simply no longer fast enough.
For that plan to succeed, the pilot must identify the missile and establish from which direction it is approaching. On a clear day, the missile gives itself away.
I can see a smoke trail moving rapidly in my direction. So in this situation, I can tell that someone may have fired a missile at me.
To fend off the missile, the Eurofighter sends out electronic interference signals and also tries to confuse the missile with maneuvers. As it's already hot on the heels of the jet, the Eurofighter sends out decoys.
Then there's the emission of so-called chaff, or bundles of metal or fibres, which give a false reading. Or towed targets, which send out false signals and create a second target behind the actual target.
If all other defensive attempts fail, the Eurofighter pilot can play his final trump card, the incredible agility of his jet. A dogfight with a missile pushes the pilot to his physical limits. His jet must fly in a narrower, tighter curve than the missile with its residual energy. Both have only one shot. If the Eurofighter pulls off the maneuver, he will drop off the missile's radar.
It is certainly important that I have a clear view of the missile and can time my maneuvers accordingly so that it works optimally. It's necessary to have very good situational awareness. Where is the missile? Where is it coming from? And in which direction do I have to maneuver so that it works?
This is why Eurofighter pilots train for aerial combat. Whoever masters it will become a successful fighter pilot. In aerial combat, victory depends on the launch.